Shalom, shalom. I want to do a really quick, as close to 5 minutes or less video that I possibly can. It should be that. So I want to speak to everyone right now and let them know that I am in a battle. And when I say battle, I don't mean like I'm physically fighting anyone. I mean a battle against my calling. A battle against who God said I am versus what the enemy wants to keep saying that I am. It's been a spirit that's been over my head for a very long time. And I've really finally am at a space in my life, in my faith, in my spirituality as a Christian of how to fight it. How when God says put on the full armor of God, I am finally at 38 years old at a space of how to fight it. And I'm so grateful right now of God pruning me over the years and the struggles that I have. I heard one of the, on a call that I was on not too long ago, the speaker on there, she said, my battles aren't big. My battles are big because my blessings are big. The enemy knows that my blessings are big, and he knows that whenever I break this curse on my family, whenever I break off for good what the enemy is doing in my life, that he ain't going to be able to come back. So I'm going to battle and fight and breathe and roar and everything I need to do. But yet I still sit here right now in a place of peace. There's something that happened over me earlier today that had to do with my sons and my relationship, and it was really coming at me. And I had to sit down with the Lord and pray against it. I had to war for it and say, enemy, you can't have my sons. Enemy, you can't have my relationships. And you owe me 7 times for trying to come at me again with the same thing you came at me before. I know your tactics now. I know what you're trying to do in my life, but I refuse to let that happen. So I want to speak to everyone right now who is in a war, who is in a battle. Stephen Furtick said earlier today, I was listening to one of his sermons, and in his sermon, he said, the enemy knows that you are valuable and you are important, which is why he's coming at you. So if you're someone right now that ain't dealing with no battles, your life is good, you fine, you ain't struggling with nothing, and you ain't never struggled, or you good, or whatever, or you really just out here living your best life by yourself, or just not worried about trying to make an impact in the world, 9 times out of 10, the enemy is probably not after you. But if this is for you who are struggling, who are at war, who is like, I just want to be better. I just want to make the world a better place. I want to make an impact in the world. I want my name to be famous. When I die, I want people to remember who I am, because that's where I'm at. Then the enemy is going to come after you, because he doesn't want the world to be united and for it to be good. He wants us to continuously be divided. He wants to break up families. He wants there not to be happy homes. So I'm standing firm in my faith right now, and I'm putting this out there more so for my own self. I'm helping you in this moment, but I'm putting this out there to remember when I am walking full and worthy of the calling that God has on my life, when I'm fully in it and submerged in it, and the blessings are just falling over me like milk and honey flowing, and I'm standing in that land, I can come back to this and say I warred against the very thing that the enemy kept trying to take away from me. And that's my sons, that's my relationship with my man. I know what the enemy wants, and it has nothing to do with them. So I can easily just start getting mad at them and frustrated at them. I can easily start getting mad at my boo thing and start getting frustrated at what's not happening in that area. But I know it's the enemy that wants to keep trying to make me feel like I'm not enough. And I'm not good enough as a mother. I'm not good enough to be a wife. And I refuse to let that seep into my mind. So I'm standing here. I prayed in the spirit earlier today. As soon as that situation happened, I went straight to the bathroom. I called him. I was like, stop. Don't even feed into whatever the enemy is doing right now. I know what's happening. You may not know, but I know. I got on my knees. I prayed in that bathroom. I was in there for about 20 minutes in the stall here. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I came up against it and I fought it and I won. Because at the end of the day, I'm fighting for victory. So at the end of the day, I am who God says that I am, and I will do what God called me to do, and no enemy or devil in hell can do it. I rebuke him at the name of Jesus, that I am exactly who God said I was. So for anyone again who's fighting, I want you to know that if you can persevere, just keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on fighting, keep on believing. Put on your full army of God, fighting in the spirit. Get on your knees and pray in tongues. And I promise you, you will get to the other side of that. I'm in that moment right now. I'm in that moment where I'm fighting and I'm warring and I'm waiting to get to the other side, but I know the other side is coming. And I'm at my 5 minutes. So shalom, peace, and you enjoy the rest of your day.